Hello YouTube, welcome to day 27 in our Let's Play with Wilson of Don't Starve. Looks like we might be able to survive summer, guys. Don't want to jinx us, but I mean, things were crazy. I mean, we got attacked by hounds, we got frogs coming out our ears. I've got a bun sandwich which I'm going to eat immediately because I'm going to get more of that sort of food source. We might have to create another trap just because we're getting so many frogs here. Let's set these traps here, kind of protect our base a little bit, always have somewhere else to run. We are getting so many frogs though that it could be a potential problem. Yeah, oh, why don't you come this way? Okay, that's good. So when the mushrooms run out, don't know what I'm going to do when the mushrooms run out, but for right now, we are living the high life on bun witch sandwiches. Let's get this open and get that trap reset. Get this trap reset. Might have to create another trap just because we have so many frogs right now. I mean, I guess I can move to... I have so many frogs right now that I might be able to move to just meatloaf. And but we've got a food source set up. We're just gonna keep eating it, and so far things are going okay. I'm gonna pick up this monster meat because you can use it in combination with other things to create meatballs. Put another log on the fire just because I am a little bit warm. I actually have like this lure plant bulb which you can plant, and it's a nasty thing, but you can use it partially for defense. Okay, so yeah, keep doing the mushroom thing. Got a couple twigs. Yep, good deal. Chester, what do you have on you? I'm kind of curious. Can you come close to me? If I got those red feathers, I'd be able to see exactly what else I needed to do. I've got rot, don't have ash. What else could I possibly put back on Chester? I guess these 40 rocks right now that I'm not using. And maybe some of these 40 flints that I'm not using. So yeah. Let's see here. He wants to talk about Shogun too, but I'm doing Don't Starve. You don't even understand. Should I make some meatballs, or no? We got one more, enough to make another bunwich sandwich. So that's what we're gonna do. We got plenty of twigs and whatnot from our time of actually building up our base. Otherwise, okay. Summer. What are we gonna do? Okay, well, let's see if I can get Grantgravity on a call. Let's see here. I'm gonna call you, and I'm gonna turn off my video, and we're going to... We were doing okay in health and everything, so we're going to actually share screen right now, so that way, if he wants to, he can talk about Shogun. But we're kind of in the middle of our don't starve, to be quite honest. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just setting up my mic.
Okay. So we are trying to survive our summer. We just got our summer camp set up. The video that you have not seen is actually loading, and yeah, things were a little bit hectic last episode, so you're probably not going to understand what is going on right now. But basically, I had to set up a summer base because I was panicking.
I almost don't want spoilers, but and I kind of do want spoilers at the same time, so that's fine.
Well, you know, it's just like you can be, because I'm recording this rather than streaming this, I can actually, you know, get you on the call, and I'd probably be okay as far as video quality and stuff. My hunger's doing okay. We're gonna immediately reset this trap just because I've got like an apocalyptic frog thing going on here. The question is, like, what can you really do during summer so that you don't overheat? I actually have enough resources. I could create another thermal stone. So does that mean I want to go...
water?
Does that mean I want to go over here in the desert? Do I have enough resources to set up another... Oh, frog's coming at me. Is he gonna get trapped? Yes, he is. Yeah, these are ponds, to answer your question, and from them spawn frogs. And the reason I did set my summer base up here is because you can basically get a really steady food source without having very many structures. Because as I've learned in my 2 Let's Plays where I just died, or rather my 2 Don't Starve games where I just died, summer is super, super dangerous in the sense that when things smolder, it can catch everything on fire and you can have a quick and fiery death, no time whatsoever. But the reason that a desert might be another good spot to live during the summer is because nothing's really there to burn. There's not a lot of structures to burn. Now, food can be a problem unless you have something else going on. Right now, I have 1 thermal stone. Oh, that's right, because this came out of power. All right, let's set that up. I'm gonna need some trees just so I can keep my fire burning. So let's go ahead and plant.
What is your fire made of?
It is called an endothermic fire. It's made out of niter, which I was previously just wasting. But yeah, if you go and look at the endothermic fires, it says this fire is opposite of day, and this fire is more efficient, but it's still backwards. So rather than cooling you up, heating you up during winter, it will actually cool you off. And so that's how you keep cool during the winter, in addition to shaving, but all of my resources are somewhere else. So let's plant some trees, so I'll be able to feed my endothermic fire. Yeah, let's, now this might be a little bit too close to my screen to the point where, like, they might actually catch on fire anyway, which is a shame. And it says, thank you for the protection from the elements tree, because of course it is quite hot and things can burn, and we just used up an axe. Okay. Whew, man, summer stresses me out, man. We do need to eat something, so we'll continue eating our frog witch sandwiches. I'm at 119, I can probably eat this other one. But now we have so many frogs.
Well, are you planning on going back to the other base anytime soon, or you're gonna wait?
Not anytime soon, because it's summer. Like, see how that red bird is currently smoldering? He's got a little bit of thing. If he were to just sit there, he would catch on fire, and he will catch everything on fire around him when he does so. But because it's a bird, it's a living object, he's probably going to fly away. That's probably what's going to happen. Yeah, he flew away before he managed to catch fire. So I guess we're going to make meatballs. Let's use this monster meat up and make some meatballs.
So do you have to kind of start from scratch in your summer home, or can you go get supplies from the other one?
Well, like I said, like, when I went into this Let's Play, I was completely ignorant of what summer would really entail. So I had not set up anything to really be a good summer home. So you can do it a little bit differently, but I didn't end up doing that way. Man, I have got so many frogs. I maybe set this up a little bit too close, but, you know, hey, we've got food. An endless supply of food. I'm actually going to set this up a little bit closer on that side, I think.
There's quite a bit to this game. Like, there's so many things in it.
Yeah, let's pause. So another good place for a summer camp would be the desert, and the reason is because there's not really anything that can burn. I've got tons and tons of buzzards.
But like you said, you could basically, you've got the free and infinite food supply with the frogs, so, I mean, why move?
Okay.
You could just set it up where you are.
Okay, so let's talk about why you'd want to move. There is an item in the desert that happens to be highly beneficial. Actually, there's a couple things. We'll talk about them one at a time. There are objects that spawn in the desert called tumbleweeds. And tumbleweeds, when you go collect them, will drop usually twigs and grass, which is
Yes,
like...
I saw you. I saw you collect some a few LPs ago.
Okay, so twigs and grass are highly beneficial, and usually one tumbleweed will give you up to 3 twigs and grass. So it's like you for the time that you spend bending over, usually you'd only pick 1 grass or 1 twig, but instead you get 3. So it's time efficient to get tumbleweeds for twigs and grass. However,
but is it time efficient? Because when I saw you, it was just whenever one came randomly rolling along, which kind of interrupts what you're doing.
there's another reason why you would go to pick up tumbleweeds. They can drop also rather random items. Like they can drop rope, or they can drop rope. They can drop like there's several things I'm trying to think of. Like what can they drop?
Okay, so there's some random goodies in them. So why haven't you moved to the desert already?
Because I would have to basically build some place where I can hang out in the heat. I would have to build another endothermic fire pit, and right now I'm looking to see whether or not I even have the resources to do so.
Can you just, you can't take it with you?
No, you cannot take your you can't take your fire pits with you. What you can do is you can break them apart. That way you get half of the resources back, but you only get half of whatever you get back.
Okay, I have a question about your other base, which is any of your stuff going to basically go rotten or bad?
Yes, whatever is spoiling will continue to rot while I'm away, and it will not be great when I go back there. What you did miss in the previous episode, because it's currently loading right now, right? I'm kind of doing some batch recording.
Yeah, I don't think I quite finished the last one. I think I'm in the middle of it. So.
Okay. Well, what happens during summer is that these grasses and these twigs and everything will wither. And so they'll stop producing. They will get to a point where like they will no longer produce, and you have to fertilize them to rejuvenate them. And also, every single item in this base can smolder.
Okay, so it's not like Minecraft where there are unloaded chunks and you can leave and it won't be affected. Like the whole world is going to basically be
no, it actually does. You can take advantage of some unloading and older things. Basically, the only things that will smolder and usually wither are things on your screen. So I'm basically preserving what is on this base by not being there.
Okay.
And I'm basically not putting it at risk so it doesn't smolder. Now, the stuff that is in the chest and everything that spoils will continue to spoil. Like, unlike Minecraft, if you drop a rock and... Well, rock is a bad example. If you drop some logs, those logs will stay there forever. They will not unload, like, after 5 minutes if you drop an item in Minecraft, it will unload, right?
Yeah, okay. So, how far in are you? How much more do you have to go?
In summer, or like...
I mean in this stream, in this recording.
We're at 13 minutes now. I could probably cut it in another day. Right now I was looking at my resources to see whether or not I wanted to try to go into the desert, because there's one thing that the tumbleweeds drop that are really hard to get a hold of are gears. And with gears, you can make an icebox. An icebox cuts the time that things spoil by half, or during winter, you can store ice in your icebox, and ice will never melt in the icebox. And during summer, you can use that as a more efficient way as a thermal stone. That way, you're not just tied up to just standing around your endothermic fire pit all the time. You'd be able to wear some ice or have some ice on you and actually go do other things and collect resources and kind of act like a normal season, where normal seasons usually you're trying to gather resources, prototype things, kind of fill out your base. During winter and during summer, the focus tends to go more towards survival, just because they're really nasty seasons.
Okay, well, I don't know. I would say maybe prepare to go to the desert, and then that's what I would do.
I realize that I cannot go to the desert because I don't have 4 gold. 4 gold is going to be necessary to create the doohickeys. Like the here are the doohickeys.
You mean like a science machine?
Well, you need doohickeys to create an alchemy machine, and you need doohickeys to create like a science machine just takes gold. Doohickeys take gold and cut stone. And with doohickeys, you either make
You're saying doohickeys, but I think you mean
doodads. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Right. You're correct. I was giving the wrong name for doodads. I was calling them doohickeys, which might actually matter in this game. I have no idea. So yeah, we got some doodads. Uh-oh, Chester's on fire. Rot. Just to go extinguish him. I cannot let Chester burn. That would be really bad. Okay.
So how do you avoid that? Can you make him?
If I was quick, I didn't know where my rot was. If I could use rot to basically extinguish him, but instead I had to go put him out with my hands, my bare hands, and so that cost me 5 health.
All right.
Let's get some more meatballs in here going. My meatballs are doing pretty well. So yeah, I need 2 doodads to create the necessary components for my endothermic fire pit, and I need 4 cut stone. I believe Chester has some cut stone on him. Let's go see what I would need.
If you need 2 doodads for your fire pit, or your endothermic fire pit, then that means you actually need 6 gold.
Well, I've already prototyped these things, so I don't actually need to create an alchemy machine. I've already done so down at my full base here. We can kind of see it right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's tab out. So I do need 4 gold. So where am I going to get the gold? I would have to maybe go back up into the desolate lands, which I'm sure you've seen. That was like in the first couple episodes where I was exploring, and there's really no food. There's just trees and rocks. But that's the only place I think I've found gold so far.
I mean, that looks like what you have to do.
Well, I actually have a look, because I have to go up so far. It might be more beneficial to actually do some more exploring, because I actually don't know very much about my area.
You might as well go toward the desert and explore that area, especially if that's going to be where your next base is.
Yeah, I have to be able to live in the summer heat, though. So I have to be able to...
I don't know how to do that. I guess it's just... Are there endothermic torches?
No, I can build temporary endothermic fire pits that'll eat up through all my niter, because every night it'll take 2 niter.
Right, so you obviously don't want to do that. Well, I don't know.
It does take some resources. Otherwise, I'm pretty much tied. Okay, so we're seeing some pond grass gonna burst into fire here. You haven't seen the smoldering effect burst into fire, so...
No.
Let's get some more meatballs. We're doing okay for heat. I do have the thermal stone, which means my range is extended.
So, did things just start smoldering and you had no idea what it was?
Yeah, it smoldered, and I was like, what do I do about that? And then, bam, my entire base caught on fire, and the fire spread like that.
Oh, all your trees as well?
Yeah, it totally killed me. That day, that game where I'd lived like 60 or 50 days or something like that. I died in like a second.
I see. So that didn't happen in this game.
Did not happen in this game, right? So if you actually in the video I'm uploading, if you watch it, I'm sort of blasely walking around in my base, having no idea that summer could cause like a catastrophe of lethal proportions. So yeah, that's basically what happened, and I learned through 2 deaths in 2 other games that indeed summer is a very, very dangerous time. So yeah, I've got my thermal stone. Don't think there's anything like there. Let's do what Grantgravity suggested and maybe see how far I could run over this way, because I have my thermal stone. It's a little bit cooled off. I might have to create another thermal stone, and I already have to create another pickaxe for just the simple sake of collecting gold. Yeah, I used my other pickaxe in the thermal stone recipe. How close am I? How far am I away? I wouldn't mind having some more flowers.
Interesting. The evening or like dusk time is basically almost nothing.
Yeah, it's long, long days. Oh, there's a tumbleweed. Let's go see if I can get that. My thermal stone is still cool. Got by my pig house. We got a couple of tumbleweeds. I am now hot. I don't have enough flowers to create a parasol, so I'm gonna have to kind of hide behind these trees so that I can not overheat. Okay, we're getting the sound, but we're still okay. No, don't do that. But it has. I love the tumbleweed sound. Let's see what I get. Okay, so I got a flower out of that tumbleweed, which is not bad because right now I kind of need a parasol. But I don't see any rocks in this here area. Oh hey, look at that. Speaking of which, but that's not a gold rock, but it's okay. We'll still collect it. My thermal stone is neutral. Once it starts getting hot, I'm gonna need to put it on Chester. So I guess we'll take this twig. Yeah, my thermal stone, oh no, is now hot. So it's now doing the opposite effect of what I want it to. And now I'm overheated to the point where I'm losing health. This is why summer is really dangerous. I'm hanging out underneath this tree. But it's still, I'm still too hot.
Well, you better get back to your base. If you're not cooling off, you better get back.
Well, I am now losing health at a prodigious rate. Do I have niter on me? I only have 2 niter. Chester, do you have niter on you? You do. We're gonna have to do emergency measures here. We're gonna have to build this fire. Okay, we are cooler. Let's get our thermal stone. So this basically is why summer is so dangerous, is because in no time flat, you can basically go from being fine to overheating and dying. And it's even worse if you have a forest fire around you, adding to the heat. But we're at 22 minutes right now, so I'm actually going to go ahead and say that this is a good length for a video now that we've made our immersion measures, and we're just going to have to sit by this fire. We're tied to the fire until it's such a time as like we're cool and we can maybe go and do something else. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys liked it. Feel free to like and comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.